Hello. On March 19, we are going to have new moon in Pisces. This is not just another new moon. This is the new moon before the spring equinox and the new astrology year, when the sun moves into Aries on March 20th. But this year is different. This new moon in Pisces is a clearance of any old baggages before the start of the new cycle of the next 36 year. This new moon in Pisces has specific energy. It has two rulers, Jupiter and Neptune. Neptune is right now in Aries, meeting with Saturn. Neptune is your dream, what you want to create in the next 36 years. And Saturn is there with Neptune, helping Neptune ground its foundation and have a realistic dream and realistic expectations. Both Neptune and Saturn in Aries are having a very friendly conversation with Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius is helping you transform this vision that you have and make it come true. Pluto is the transformer. Pluto makes changes. However, when you are making changes, make sure that you're aligning it to your higher self and your soul desire. On the other side, we have Uranus in Taurus at the very last 2 degrees before it enters into Gemini in the end of April. Right now, Uranus in Taurus is at 28 degrees. It's still very close to have this friendly conversation with all the planets that we talked about, with Pluto in Aquarius and with Saturn and Neptune in Aries. We had Uranus in Taurus in the last 8 years, since 2018. And Uranus is known to be the disruptor, the unexpected changes. Uranus doesn't like Taurus. It feels uncomfortable because it's weak there. And Uranus in Taurus is very slow. Now, Uranus in Taurus has to do with our finances. How have you been managing your finances in the last 8 years? The disruptive changes that Uranus had made in Taurus for you could have been very fortunate or it could have been very challenging, depending on what is in your chart. If you would like to know more, reach out to me. I would love to have a one-on-one conversation with you to give you some insights on what's going on in your chart. Now, let's look at the bigger picture. We talked about Uranus in Taurus, which is moving in Gemini. We talked about Pluto in Aquarius that moved in Aquarius last year. And we talked about Saturn and Neptune in Aries that both moved earlier this year. All these planets are forming a grand triangle. The energy of this triangle is air and fire versus the energy that we had the last years in water and earth signs. We are heading into a big change, and this change is aligned with our soul desires. Now, looking at this specific new moon in Pisces, having Uranus at 28 degrees and the new moon at 28 degrees in Pisces, meaning that we have to look back and close anything that has to do with the past, because there is no chance and there is no space for any old baggages in the coming new years. Looking back at those 8 years where we had Uranus in Taurus, specifically in your material and financials areas, where have you been working and finishing and providing for yourself? You need to have a final look and a final closure of this phase. Look at yourself and thank yourself how you managed to survive, how you navigated through the ups and downs, and where you are right now. How you maintained yourself and how you were able to maintain the living requirements for yourself and for your loved ones. Now, let's take a look at the other ruler planet of this new moon in Pisces. It's Jupiter, and it's in Cancer, and it's having a very cozy and friendly conversation with Mars in Pisces at 15 degrees. It is another confirmation telling you you did your best. Great job. Now, let's close this chapter and move to the next. Now, as we look at those cozy conversations that those planets are having in the sky, I want you to sit and take a deep breath. The new moon is allowing you to leave the old stories behind. Bless the changes that took place in the last 8 years. Those changes were preparing you for what's next. Acknowledge how far you have come since 2018. As the sun moves into Aries on March 20th, the energy is going to shift from clearing to acting. I wish you a very happy new moon in Pisces and let me know how it goes for you. Thank you so much for watching. If that resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. What is this one baggage that you're leaving behind before you close the door in this new moon? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.